Probably why I ain't got nothing up there. Oh, that's why I ain't got nothing up.
Twirl it around a little bit there. There we go. Okay, what's that for?
Stir stuff on.
Mixed drinks.
Oh,
what is it doing in here? I love this little thing. That's for making cookies, I guess. Rolling them around. There we go. And this is what my wife uses to keep me straight. Whoa, wait a minute. Yep, little burners there. Do we have a brand on it? No.
I called this morning,
Oh, isn't this cute?
I didn't get her. I'm Becky. Yeah.
Stir them up.
Audrey's not coming.
I got one of these at home. And we got a knife sharpener here. And bottle opener and a lid opener and most of them, yeah. And there's a apple peeler, a corer, and all that business. Got a trivet here for hot stuff. We got an angel food cake cutter.
You know what it is?
That's for poached eggs. Come on, girl, you knew that. Yeah, that's the get your boiled eggs out or your golf ball out of the rough.
No.
Oh, what is it for?
An egg separator.
An egg separator. Well, I didn't know that. I've sold them, but I didn't know what it was. Got one of these at home actually. But this is stainless steel. Wow, that's fancy.
Make one or two announcements, then go to eat, and then we'll have our program after our meal. So let's pray.
You gonna eat all that? Oh, good gracious!
You've been drinking again,
Yeah, that's just the way I'm always this way. What are you talking about?
I hate it when you're normal.
I think they do that too much. I think they do.
Wave.
I do too.
Say happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Not my birthday, but that's okay. I'm sorry. What'd you say?
Are you taking our picture as we speak?
As we speak, yes. I'm trying to get everybody while I can.
See, I don't like that. No, I don't. I don't.
Oh, tell me what you don't like. No, I don't want to hear it. Hey, big guy. Oh no, I never do that.
Yeah. But it's very good.
Keep moving, keep moving, keep moving. Senor. And there's one of our favorite people.
Oh, wow.
Thank you for the tea. Ooh, these desserts look delicious.
I don't know what that is, but it looks good.
It does. That is interesting. We need little name tags.
Yes, we do.
Interesting.
Where's your delicacy?
The best part's the pecans. Throw the rest of it away.
What's over here? Well, that looks interesting.
It's lovely in the heart shape.
Yeah, I thought it was kind of, I need all the help I can get. Don't taste very good, but make it look good.
Prize place was pecan coffee cake. Thank you so much. We thought you had the loveliest presentation in the heart shape. Very good. You also get a grand prize, which is the apron. Oh, we have
Thank you.
modeling over here.
Louise embroidered this, and if you would like your name put on it, she will do it for you for free.
Okay, fantastic.
Is that made in the wood burning stove?
All right, shall I pray real quick as everyone's released?
She also is Lily's mom, and she brought Lily today as her assistant sous chef. So we got it going on. Please welcome Kelly. I'm going to quit talking. Come talk to us.
Then Lily is also going to come around with a little sample. It's kind of like communion juice. Just put it to the side, and you'll know when to use it. I've been a member of Westside for about 15 plus years. I was actually raised Presbyterian, and in the junior family, that was really kind of out there because we are all Baptist. My grandfather was a Baptist minister. But my parents were actually married in the little chapel out behind the old West Side. I am Diane's daughter. I am Sue Mixon's niece. I'm actually Dixie Gwynn's niece as well. And I am definitely the mother of the fabulous Lily King. And I am a good mother, but she is skipping school because she loves church events. So she gets all A's and B's, and we have not skipped school once this year. So I just want to say that. Like most, I have notes to keep me on track, so I'm sorry. Like most women from the South, I think I've always been highly affected by food, family, from a young age. I spent a lot of time with my nanny, who will be 100 years old this December. And she was a sweet and still, well, mostly, she was always sweet. Now that she has a little bit of sundowner, she can be a pistol. But she taught me about fried chicken, biscuits, mashed potatoes, sour cream pound cake, creamed corn. I learned how to shell peas, shuck corn, how to get fresh eggs out of the hen house. She taught me how to love fried chicken. I was on a roll with, fried rabbit. I was on a roll for about, I think, 3 weeks with that until I looked out the kitchen window, saw her pull a rabbit out of the pen, hit it over the head with a billy stick in preparation, and then I was done with the rabbit. But I also spent a lot of summers with my Aunt Sue. I think that started around 7 or so. 5. Now my cousin Christy, my Aunt Dixie's oldest, she spent summers there too, but she was assigned to Uncle Jimmy, and so she had to mow the lawn and clean the gutters. I was assigned to Aunt Sue, and so our days kind of went like this. And I'd like to say this was way before there was a Food Network, there was Aunt Sue. So we would get up in the morning and we would get dressed, and I was allowed to go through her shoe closet, and let me tell you, there were some shoes. And so the day always started well. We would get fully dressed and everything, and we would stop by and see Uncle Jimmy at the department store, and then we would head off to the grocery store, and she would always have 2 baskets. There was no Sam's back then, and I would get my own, which at 5 was a big deal, and we would leave. And I'm sure in my mind this is bigger than what, but it really felt like every time we would leave with 3 heaping grocery carts because she was cooking for the church. And then we would get home and we would unload all those groceries and we would start cooking dinner for Uncle Jimmy. And we were working, but it was always fun. And so I think my grandmother and Aunt Sue taught me that hard work was fun. I will say this, mind you, all the work with Aunt Sue was always done wearing a great outfit. Her hair always looked great, and she was always fully accessorized. And if you know Aunt Sue, you know I am totally not exaggerating. So I would just like to say the main things that I learned from Aunt Sue was shopping, cooking, and work are always meant to be fun, and style is never, ever to be compromised while doing them. So Aunt Carol kind of taught me about decorating and setting the table and just I used to follow her around. She would decorate all of our houses. So I think all of these things, and I will say this, as a chef, you would think that the food would be the most important thing. As I've aged, I probably enjoy getting ready for the party and setting the mood more than I do the food. And they're in close running because they're both important, but I look at it this way. When you go to a fine dining restaurant and you make the reservation, you know you're going to spend some money and you get dressed up. You can have the best meal, but if it comes out on a paper plate, it's really not really worth it, is it? So they both really count, So So all of this led me to, I decided to go to cooking school, and I had a very generous father, and and I think he wanted me out of town, probably to get it out of his hair, but also to give me some culture. And he sent me to San Francisco, and I graduated in 1999, which blows my mind, it's been that long, from the California Culinary Academy. And that's kind of when the Food Network came around, and that's when kind of food exploded as a thing. It was very intimidating. There was a lot of food snobbery. I was asked to write a paper on what my favorite meal was. I said chicken and dumplings. It was my favorite food, you know? And so I kind of got teased. Now, I got an A on the paper, and the chef said, nothing wrong with it. But because I don't have all those resources as a chef anymore. I'm just like everybody else. I'm a realtor. I could get called off to show a house. So I have to think in a different way now. And if I'm doing it to spend time with friends, my friends really want to spend time with me. They don't want me to be worn out. They don't really care if I order 5-star pizza. They really don't. So once I did that and shifted my way of thinking, it changed how I felt about food. A bow around the box, I made my pecan pies. And then, Christmas, I did cream cheese pound cakes. People love it. It's an expression of love, and they know you thought about them and you care about them. And that's really all anybody wants, is to feel loved. So I think it's different. And one of the things that I love about my friend Katrine, so let me tell you about Saporito, because we're going to talk about their ingredients. How many of you guys have been there? It's behind Zaxby's. Yeah? So Katrine and I have gone to school together since the 7th grade. She was raised by a single mom. She is a really strong Christian. She's married. She has 7 children. They all play a musical instrument. She homeschools them. They have a garden, and they grow their own vegetables. They all work at the store, and they are the most well-mannered children I have ever met. And they don't really market their business. They just give back to the community. They have a great website. You guys have on the table their brochure, and they have recipes on their website. And they're super simple recipes, and I've tried a few out. They're like 2 and 3 ingredients in the recipe. The things that we're going to demo today, I made the meal, and I'm going to give the meal away to somebody at the end. And then the ingredients that we used, they donated, and we're going to give those away too.